You've heard of birds of prey who eat fish. But what if we told you there were fish of prey who hunt birds? Snatches them right out of the air, mid-flight, and chows down on them in seconds. If you doubt it, you're not the first. But as they say, seeing is believing. So why don't we show you? Let's get started. When the rumors first started to make the rounds, everyone was naturally skeptical. Not even in the fantastical world of cartoons do birds that can fly ever get hunted by fish of all animals in the evolutionary hierarchy. What made things worse was that though many claimed to have seen fish eat birds, not one had video footage or even photos. Anyway, one day, more evidence came to the fore about this strange natural phenomenon. Miles Barton is a biologist and director on Blue Planet 2. The fisherman who was the friend of the friend of the friend of Miles Barton knew a place where you could see fish eat birds for sport. So, he up and flew over to Seychelles, located along the coast of South Africa, to see if the story checked out. And what do you know? The story actually did check out. These fishes exist, and not just in South Africa, but around the world. Well, the one Miles Barton found on his expedition was the giant trevally, and it does not seem like the kind of fish that finds many things funny. It has a permanent scowl on its face, and when you see a group of them swimming together, you get that same feeling you got in high school when you saw the queen bee and her minions approach you. These guys were downing whole birds in one gulp. What? Every now and then, the birds would escape, and out of nowhere, you'd find yourself feeling so relieved for the bird. But more often than not, the fish were feeding really good. Well, up until the birds started to learn little by little. So, we will now pan the camera to another fish, the Wells catfish. If the great trevally was a mean girl, the Wells catfish was the designated school bully, or maybe colonial master in a better world. So technically, the Wells catfish is blind, so it makes use of its barbels to sense movement, which is what serves as its hunting strategy. When the pigeons come to bathe after a long day of flying around the big cities, the Wells catfish picks up the scent of the oil from their feathers floating down the river, and once it knows that, dinner is served. It's only a matter of seconds before the pigeon becomes ancient history. For a blind bottom dweller, the Wells catfish has definitely done really well for itself. But there's another, even more impressive fish, the archer fish. The best way to describe the archer fish is to compare it to a fastball pitcher. The archer fish has fantastic motor skills. It looks unimpressive at first, just a tiny speck of fish dwelling in mangrove swamps, streams, and rivers. However, its marksmanship is not to be compared among other fish, animals, and humans. Please, don't even insult the archer fish. This fish has the uncanny ability to control everything about its jet, ranging from its speed, to its angle, to its force, to its height. The archer fish mostly feeds on insects, and with this fish's accuracy and shooting dexterity, it's safe to say that any prey it sets its eyes on should just say its last prayers, because it's night-night. This technique pertains more to the way the fish opens and closes its mouth. As scientists research into this field further, we can expect that their discoveries will bring improvements in the way certain devices function, such as fire hoses and surgical tools. Archer fish for the win. The silver arowana is another deadly bird hunter that we have to consider. The silver arowana is a freshwater fish and is found mostly in South America. As for eating habits, the silver arowana is an omnivore, which means that it eats both plants and animals. That's an important point to remember. The unique position of the arowana's mouth is what makes this fish able to capture its prey the way it does. And the arowana fish is a really sneaky creature and does its hunting by springing a surprise attack on its prey. If there's a felled tree around, the arowana will lie parallel to the tree and wait until it's convenient to strike. Once the coast is clear, the arowana will jump out of the water and engulf its prey. The prey could be a large insect, another fish, snails, crabs, small birds, or even snakes. Flooding season is a great time for this fish, as it brings them closer to the trees and therefore to their prey. Arowana typically feed on fat during this season, which only lasts a few months anyway, so it's just as well. As the flooding season begins to come to an end and the waters begin to recede, the arowana lies in grave danger, as it could get stranded in puddles and pools where it could suffocate and die. At this point, it's the survival of the fittest. Those who are smart enough to get out quickly will survive, and those who aren't, oh well, see you in the afterlife. Now, let's be honest, when you first heard of fish who eat birds, the first fish that came to mind was the shark. Everybody's mind went to the shark. And yes, a species of sharks does eat birds, the tiger shark. Of course, when you hear tiger and shark coming together to form one name, you know there's trouble. Tiger sharks have acquired a taste for albatross chicks over the years. And why? Well, where they reside, albatross chicks are practically sitting ducks. Eating birds seem to be something of a yearly 2-week holiday in the tiger shark community. You see them leave their homes in different parts of the waters and begin their pilgrimage to Hawaii, where they partake in the Great Feast of Albatrosses. This feast falls in June, which coincides with fledging season for albatross chicks, during which the birds mostly focus on practicing their flying. However, with wingspans that are longer than average, this is not as easy as it sounds. The islands where the albatross chicks call home have a pretty short runway stretch, which makes takeoff even more difficult for these birds. So oftentimes, their first flight sees them landing in the ocean. And you can guess what happens next. Yep, the tiger shark acrobatically springs up, and in a flash, the albatross is gone, wings and all. Finally, this list will not be complete without the big boss, the killer whale itself. In the ocean, the orca is king, and no one dares get in its bad books. Great white what? Oh please. There's a reason only one fish in the ocean has the adjective killer before its name. These guys are what you call opportunistic hunters and have no preference when it comes to their choice of prey. Orcas are imposing in size, but what makes them really great hunters is that they're unbelievably smart, and it shows in the way they hunt. These shady creatures hunt by throwing their prey a prey. Of course, the prey is typically famished, but they also don't trust the orca. So, you say you just felt like buying me dinner, Mr. Killer Whale Orca? Nah, I'm not buying it. Something smells fishy around here, and it's not just this dinner. But every once in a while, one bird can't say no to an easy meal. And guess where it lands? Yep, in the belly of a big fish.
She doesn't.
Enjoyed this video? Then hit the like button and subscribe for more videos just like it. You can go through our channel to learn more about the incredible secrets our nature holds. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye!